Almost high school homecoming season, and most of us remember that first school dance, good or bad.
I went stag. The YMCA in Belle Chasse wants to give kids the power to take on school bullying this year by supplying them with something their families might not be able to afford. Nikki Davidson has more on that.
No matter where you are, even at a YMCA.
It looks fun, they can dance.
I like the gold on the black.
Fill a room with ribbon, glitter, and tulle in the middle of the workday.
And it was like a sweetheart neckline straplet.
And the memories start flowing.
Mine was like halter top, had sequins right here, and it was green, which green's not really my...
It's a rite of passage in high school, finding the dress for the big dance. Then comes the sticker shock.
It adds up to be about $500 just to go to homecoming and prom.
The Belle Chasse YMCA felt it was time to step up to the plate for the families who don't have the money for it in their budget.
The Glitter Project hopes to make homecoming easy for young girls, bringing them from everyday to glam for just a few dollars.
There is a large population in Plaquemines Parish who do live below the poverty line. So we hope to serve those girls. We hope to help those families with this need of being able to purchase a dress that is at a lower ticketed price.
The YMCA asked people to donate unused dresses, and dozens have poured in.
They're worn once and then they hang in your closet for you to look at for years.
Organizers are looking forward to Monday when Project Glitter officially opens.
These dresses will help these girls feel confident when they walk into homecoming.
These ladies hope the memories that they'll never forget walk out in the arms of an excited high school girl ready for its next chapter.
They have a past, present, and future.
In Belle Chasse, Nikki Davidson, Eyewitness News.
Such a great idea. The YMCA is still looking for donations. The dresses for Project Glitter will be priced from $10 to $30, and the money raised will go right back into the YMCA's annual campaign. We're going to have a lot more information for you on our website, wwltv.com.